Today, we will explore a fascinating topic, the expansion of consciousness. We will understand how this state can be achieved and the benefits it can bring to our lives. Expansion of consciousness. If being conscious means knowing and understanding external and internal events, staying awake and alert, observing and recording what happens in the world around and within us, then the experience of expanded consciousness represents this same state, but with a kind of magnifying glass. Through the experience of expanding consciousness, we can access both the conscious and the unconscious. In the experience of expanded consciousness, the mind transcends the limits of space, time, and linear causality. There is no loss of consciousness or control. The individual's consciousness expands, encompassing other dimensions of themselves, both individually and collectively. This occurs without loss of identity. The person feels that they are at the same time someone or something else, and that they are in another place. Their consciousness transcends the limits of space, time, and linear causality, diving into a universe governed by synchronicity. The experience of expanding consciousness can be used for personal development in all its aspects, aiming for physical or psychological healing and seeking a fuller life. For the Orientals, altered states of consciousness are regarded in the same way as vigilant states of consciousness. There are numerous schools and traditions that describe the various levels of consciousness modification, teaching how to achieve and control them to improve the conditions of being in the world. Improving the conditions of being in the world means interacting with other people, dealing with oneself, and managing daily life issues in a mature, healthy, and conscious way. A healthy human being is one who seeks to experience the new and integrate their experiences into the totality of their psyche, maintaining integration and functional autonomy in their practical life. The physiological plan in the expansion of consciousness. The memory center is located in the human brain, but it is not the memory, just as it is not the person's consciousness. However, it is through the brain that consciousness expands. H. Berger created a method to measure the brain's electromagnetism, the electroencephalogram. According to Berger, the brain's vibratory waves are emitted at 4 different levels: beta, alpha, theta, and delta. Beta waves. The brain emits waves of 40 cycles per second, and the person is 80% awake, in a waking state, with eyes open and perceiving the physical world through their senses. Alpha waves. The brain emits waves of 12 cycles per second. The person is with their eyes closed, with senses partially asleep, in a state of deep relaxation corresponding to pre-sleep. Theta waves. The brain emits waves of 8 cycles per second. The person is with their eyes closed, unconscious, with all senses asleep, in a state of deep hypnosis. Delta waves. The brain emits waves of 1/2 to 4 cycles per second. The person is completely unconscious, in a deep coma, deep sleep, or general anesthesia. In the process of expanding consciousness, the individual is not unconscious. Their consciousness is only in a state of expansion. Therefore, the individual is in an alpha state, which allows them to control what happens. Achieving the state of expanded consciousness. The expansion of consciousness should begin with physical and mental relaxation, where brain activity becomes slower, leaving the beta rhythm waves and producing alpha waves. The greater the relaxation, the slower the brain activity, allowing the consciousness to open. From this point, physical signs of expanded consciousness may include pallor, intense eyelid tremors, and a change in voice tone. The process of expanding consciousness allows the individual to find the deep causes of their personal and collective problems, make more conscious decisions, and adopt more mature attitudes and postures. It also enables the conscious release of negative unconscious memories and access to positive memories, freeing the person for a richer and more productive life. Ayahuasca and the expansion of consciousness. Ayahuasca is a beverage traditionally used by indigenous peoples of the Amazon in rituals of healing and expansion of consciousness. Made from the combination of two plants, the Banisteriopsis kaapi vine, and the leaves of the chacruna, Psychotria viridis, ayahuasca has psychoactive properties that induce altered states of consciousness. Consuming ayahuasca can lead to profound experiences of introspection and self-knowledge, allowing individuals to access hidden parts of their psyche. During the experience, it is common for people to have intense visions and feelings that can help resolve past traumas and promote emotional and spiritual healing. Studies show that ayahuasca can have significant therapeutic effects, helping to treat conditions such as depression, anxiety, and drug addiction. It can also provide a sense of connection with nature and the universe, promoting a deeper understanding of existence and life purpose. The practice of using ayahuasca is usually accompanied by experienced guides or shamans who guide participants through the experience and ensure a safe and respectful environment. Proper preparation and ritual context are essential to maximize the benefits of ayahuasca and minimize the risks associated with its use.